Hello, good afternoon, everyone. God bless you. Thank you for joining in. We're going to be starting now, Lettable June edition. And thank God our guest is ready. We will just try to, you know, make it as brief as possible so we can just quickly introduce our guest. So, Led Nation is a movement where we shine the light on leadership, empowerment, and development. And by the grace of God, we have a monthly session where we talk about, different areas of life on how to cultivate self leadership. And by the grace of God, we're having someone who is doing really well in the area of, will I say, technology, or in the area of, just somebody who is very conversant with AI. And thank God we have him as a guest today. So you'll be sharing on the topic understanding AI opportunities, what it means to lead in this time and age, you know, knowing fully well that artificial intelligence is now everywhere. All right. So we just want to hear out of the wisdom and how of much God has actually made of him. So instead of going further and talking so much, we'll just make welcome Master John to the studio. Thank you so much, Master John. Thank you for giving us the opportunity to have your time. It's such a good thing to know that you are available for us on this platform. So, very importantly, we want you to do your thing as the Spirit leads. If questions come, in the course of the session, you're going to also answer for us. But we want you to do justice to this and try to enlighten and educate us. Just bring perspective to this team. All right, understanding AI opportunities. Over to you, sir. Thank you so much. You're welcome.
Good afternoon, everyone. Can you hear me clearly?
Clearly, perfectly.
Awesome. Okay, so my name is John Akela Aditoro. People call me an AI generalist. Some people call me a Pan-African entrepreneur. Some people call me a digital growth strategist. All manner of titles, But today I'm coming with the title of the AI generalist, and
Yeah.
I'm here to share some things with us. So typically, when I have my AI classes, I usually have like specific, let's say, a tool I want to teach. And usually people are like, "Oh wow, and I never believed the same AI I was using could do this kind of thing." You know, so I sort of had an idea of maybe going by questions. First of all, I want to say thank you, sir, for bringing me on board. Led Nation is really inspiring, and it's so great to be here. So I'm also pleasantly surprised to see your face again
Hey,
after a
Master John.
while. In fact, it's always a great pleasure, sir. So without further ado, let me get right into it. So let me just start with let's say misconceptions about AI, and then from there I'll now go into like the opportunities, the specific fields of AI. Um, so one of the misconceptions of AI is the fact that um, you can do without AI in this day and age, and a lot of people seemingly. One second, okay, yeah, uh, okay, yeah. So a lot of people run with that ideology that yeah, I can do without AI. I mean AI is for all those tech bros, all those push boys, Cody, all those programmers. I don't do AI. I'm not from there. Okay. Another misconception about AI is the fact that AI cannot outsmart humans. That's
Hmm.
another misconception about AI. And I would say a third one. Let me just make that three. So the first one was that I can do without AI. The second one is that AI cannot outsmart me. And the third one is that AI cannot take my job. Oh, wala, wala, wala. So,
Hey,
interestingly, some weeks ago, or last month, or I think last month, I woke up to a tweet and an AI bot that was used by, if I'm getting it correct, this company. Oh, I forget the name now. Oracle. The AI bot literally executed a program and fired 30,000 staff members and replaced them with four people. And overnight, 30,000 people lost their jobs, all their packages, their insurance, their pension, their whatever you want to call it. And okay, all right. I think there was a little network. Okay, so let me continue. So yeah, and so because of that, those were one of the shocking things people did not realize that AI was capable of doing. And I think the four people it replaced them with were sort of like AI savvy people. So you literally eliminated 30,000 people and then replaced them with just four people, you know, and they're going to be efficient, but they're going to do a better job at the end of the day. So things like that get us, thinking. And then I'll fast forward to even here in Africa. We've seen cases where after the classes that are held with some SMEs, people that run businesses, we fired all their graphic designers, fired all their digital ads people. So in a way, I'm responsible for some people. No, not me. Let's say AI. Because of enlightenment. After training some of them, they realize I can do even the designs, all the explanations I'm giving my graphics guy is not getting it. Yeah, I can do this thing for me now. There's a post on my WhatsApp status. I think it's the cover for a YouTube video that I just did yesterday. And because I thought, I mean, explain to my wife how to use AI and all. She did the design again to show me. I was like, oh wow, this is nice. And then she posted it and people were engaging. I was like, okay. Now I know if I personally were to design that flyer, I knew how long it would take, right? Just put one or two informations
mm,
here and there, a nice prompt. So a lot of people have reduced AI to just one random search engine. Let me tell you a recent one that happened today. Do you know that? So
mm,
talking about opportunities in AI, this is a very, should I use the word strange opportunity, in the sense that
mm,
you can actually tell AI to model someone in terms of how they think, and then
mm.
ask that person to advise you. So I give an instance. Let's
Wow.
say let's use someone that's very popular. Let's say let's say someone like Dangote. In fact, someone literally did it. So this lady created a board of directors using AI. So what did she do?
Mm,
She went to AI and said, "Imagine you are Otedola. Imagine
mm,
you are this person. Imagine you are this person," and created profiles for each of them. And now said, all these people now, imagine they're in a boardroom and I want to bring a business problem to them. And I want you to advise me in their own language. So now AI goes, researches every single thing they've ever said online, every book. There are books you cannot access, but AI can
yeah,
access them. There are
exactly.
books you cannot read, but AI can. So
Exactly.
even as far as online, AI has access to most resources. So
Ah,
now a board of directors that you you know how much it costs to have those people on the seat. If my wife did something like that today, she came to show me, and he brought out a PDF summary of everything that was discussed. So when I saw things like that, I'm like, man, a lot of people don't realize what's happening. Even consultants, top consultants, need to go and start suing AI companies because now all the person needs to do is write a prompt and say, imagine you are this person, right?
Mhm.
I want you to speak like this person to me. And because AI understands how this person talks, the
Mhm.
voice, the reasoning, everything, and then comes and bring that. So first of all, any business that's in fact, I told my team we just had a meeting some days ago, and I said we are shutting down our business for the next 3 months. Everybody go and research and use AI, dig into everything and find out where the gaps are. It was on Saturday we had the meeting. By Sunday, no, by Sunday evening, I had a full bunch of research that I couldn't even finish reading. Before I would read halfway, I've gotten all the answers I'm looking for. I was like, this is a 3 month project that in less than 2 days, well, I'm done. And I'm like, team, come and see, oh, we already have all the results we're looking for. So let me now dive deep into like some of the practical step by steps, even to ministry.
Mhm.
There AI. There's an AI tool now that as the preacher is preaching. I just say in the book of Psalm 121 verse 2, it brings it up. There's no need for
Yeah.
anybody in the media room.
That.
You know, I think that happened. Somebody used it in I think Wolfpack or something, and I forget the name of the tool. I'll share. So what I'm trying to say is beyond the reasoning that people have that AI is just one another form of search. Another misconception. It actually should be seen as an expert tool. Just like when you have a hammer, you want to hit a nail, but then you now have a drill. Someone with a drill would have put in like 200 nails, while someone with a nail will still be going hand by hand. It's just like the age of typewriters, and now we have a laptop, not even a computer. So someone is still using a typewriter when another person is a laptop. That's the difference between people that are AI savvy today and people that are not AI savvy today. So there's a whole world of difference. And my goal here is to begin to spur some enlightenment into these are some of the things that one should not joke with when we're talking about AI. So first off, I'll share this, which is the fact that if you want to go, you know, full blown in terms of upskilling and being AI savvy, one of the first things you need to do is to think in terms of productivity. And what do I mean? Very simple. Think of the regular tasks you want to perform. So I'll give an instance. Um, like this meeting now that we had, I already came up with all the things I would like to say. And I went to my AI and said, these are the things I want to talk about today. And I fed those information into it. And I said, now bring out a basic guideline of how I can use some examples to share, about this topic. So I'd written down my thoughts, fed it into. I use Gemini. That's my best AI tool. So I
Wow.
put it to Gemini. I said, Gemini, and then give me a PDF. I don't want text. Just give me a PDF. And this is what Gemini came up with over here. All of this for today. You can see the topic Gemini
Wow.
came up with all of this, a confirmed PDF document with
Wow.
examples of stuff that I can share today. And
Wow.
so I was looking at the document, I was like, these are all my thoughts that I
Wow.
just fed into AI. Just package
Wow.
it for me in a way that I can easily present it. So
Yeah.
in 2 minutes, anything that I'm thinking, oh,
Hey.
someone just
Oh.
called me for something. I said, okay. And I don't even need to type. That's how interesting it is. I just need to record my voice and speak
Wow.
to it and say, yeah, you didn't get this very well. Oh, this is what I want. I want it to be more intellectual, but use simple English.
Wow.
Just some. See, so there's something I always say in my classes, which is the fact that the language of AI is the prompt, and that's one of the first things people need to know. To unlock the opportunities in AI, we need to know that the language, the way in every like if you go to Hausa or to the north now. The language of the north is Hausa. So if you go to the north and you really, really want to communicate, you
Mm-hmm.
cannot do that without understanding basic level Hausa. right?
Exactly.
If you understand only English, you might still not fit in properly. But
Yeah.
if you understand Hausa, you can go far, and still feel safe. They cannot sell you in the market. You know? So for me, the language of AI is the prompt. So that
Okay.
prompt that you put in is what AI understands. The language, that's my main point. Unlocking the opportunities in AI, one of the first things to understand is that the language of AI is the prompt. So the question now is, how do we create the right prompts? So before, when there was a bit of a disconnection, I said something that the first mindset to have is the fact that if you want to master opportunities in AI, one needs to first think of AI as an expert tool. Another thing I said, the fact that a starting point is to begin to think of everyday tasks that you want to perform, and see how can I use AI here. Then also in our field of expertise, think of the everyday tasks we perform and ask, how can I implement AI in this capacity? So I give an example now. Um, yeah, so this one just came to my mind now. Let's say somebody is into catering. Now, there's an AI tool, and let's say the person is like, okay, first of all, my catering brand, I don't have customers. You go to AI, Gemini, and say, there's a feature in Gemini called deep research.
Hmm.
Deep research. So if you click on, I don't have my other phone here. There's this icon on the Gemini.
Yeah.
When you click on that plus icon as if you want to attach a file, you will see something called deep research. And you click on it, you now say, I run a catering business in Lagos, Nigeria. I want to know how well my business can compete. And I want to know who are the best brands. I want to know the most successful brands. And I want you to tell me about the specific strategy they implemented to grow and scale in Lagos. I want you to tell me how they are able to, grow their social media. I want you
Hmm.
to understand their brands and
Hey.
feed me information I can use to grow my own business. And you put it in that deep research and give Gemini about 2 or 3 minutes. You can leave the app. It will show you a notification, research completed, less than
Wow.
5 minutes. And then you
Wow.
go back, you open it, you can download it as a document and just
Wow.
sit down and start reading. It will
Wow.
now detail everything. It will even ask you that should we start the research? You can check all the elements to say, okay, did it capture what I wanted? If it did, you now say start research. You research it and then guess all the information. So there are topics that if I'm not too sure, I just do a deep research, bring out everything, and I just start reading. And by the time I'm done reading the article, my mind is renewed. I'm like, wow. So this is there was a time I was wondering things like um okay, something about cassava plantation and all. So I was like, okay, cassava can be converted into ethanol, and it can even be used for fuel. And then I asked it to do a deep research. By the time it came out, I realized that, oh, even the waste product of cassava can be used as fuel to what's it called now, to power the cassava plants. So meaning that you don't even rely on petrol that much or other instruments. I asked, okay, if I have a plot of land, how do I manage it? What can I plant on it? Okay, how do I expand that plot of land to 4 plots of land? How do I expand that to 6 plots? What are the resources? Who are the people I will need? How much will I have to pay them? What's the average salary range? So feeding all that question into AI and is able to bring back the ideas compact in one straight line of thought. I'm like, for all is left for me to do is to just execute action.
Hmm.
If I'm a farmer, all I need to do is describe the situation on my farm and ask AI.
Hmm.
I can do an audio recording. I can take a picture of the leaf and say, I'm seeing this on my plant. Even to my generator.
Yeah.
I had an issue the other day. I said, I just took a picture. In fact, I took a video. It was sounding somehow. It was this. So I took a short video and I said, AI, what's going on? My gen is sounding like this. And Gemini said, oh, if your gen is sounding like this, it's likely one of these three. By the time my gen guy come to fix it, I already knew what he was about to do. I was just watching him. He did it
Hmm.
and left. He had no idea that I knew. So AI is bridging the gap. Like nobody can come with expertise
Eh?
knowledge and say I know everything.
This one I'm
you know,
bridging the gap. Oh. Eh?
it has
Oh
bridged
my
all the gap. So most times any challenge I have that is like around me, technical or something, I just now this is one that shocked me. Do you know that now, as we are like this, if you send me the video of this recording now, right? I can just upload it to Gemini and say, give me a summary of this meeting, and it will bring out everything we talked about, and it will do it like it was a professional write-up that was done. And someone feel like, show me that you attended it. So imagine students going to school now, like they don't need to even like start taking physical notes. Just audio record your teacher and say AI to bring it out in notes. It has brought out your notes for you. You read your notes, you pass
ah
your exam. You
ah
can tell
ah.
Gemini.
Ah.
These are things that if I had when I was in school, I was like, why am I writing notes? I can even tell AI that I don't really understand this subject, but I recorded my teacher when I was talking. Can you explain it better? You say I don't understand, so do another one and keep going like that. And AI doesn't say I'm tired. He just keep going. So for me, I see that why won't I be an A student? Like all this, when we used to hear this thing that if I had the opportunity you had when I was your age, I won't be where I am today. Now I understand when they were telling us that because when I see a student in school, I'm like, bro,
Ah.
if I had these tools when I was your age, which one is Turnitin? Never already Turnitin. Turnitin cannot detect anything.
Exactly.
so
Exactly.
so we've gone from farming, to schooling. Now,
Mm.
even to ministry. Now, I'm
Yeah.
going to business. So now let me now go to those that are in the work environment, people that are like doing like 9 to 5s. Let me give an example of an accountant now. In fact, these are one of the people I fear for the most. Accountants, all the people that are doing anything that has to do with a lot of calculation and logic because it's scary.
I'm telling you.
Especially for accounting. I can upload my bank statements to Gemini and say, can you come up with a proper report? I want to give an investor. Do this for me. And I want you to do it professionally. If I know the name of the standard, let's say they say use this so format or standard to do it, I can tell Gemini use so standard to create it. And then I just look, and in fact I even did it last year when we crossed into this year. I just downloaded company bank statement and I say, okay, give me a full report based on this bank statement. I tell you that, oh, this is where your investments are coming from, this is where your customers are coming from, this is the highest paying customer, these are the, it was just breaking down everything. And now I realized that in Gemini, you can also ask it to do like a presentation slide for you. Just tell, okay, convert this that you've done into a presentation slide, and it brings out the slide. Okay, I want it as a PDF. It brings out the PDF. You just tap download and it's done.
Mm.
So what I'm going to do is over time I'm going to upload some of my classes on YouTube, and I'll just set the link so that some of the members can also watch,
Thank you.
and get to learn practical hands-on.
For that.
So here I'm just discussing, I'm just giving overview. When they listen, they'll be like, so yeah, I can do all these things. Yes. you know, there was the one I did last. A lot of people have been complaining that most of the AI tools they use, they like note takers in a meeting. Let's say I'm in a Google meeting and I say note taker. So I now realize that okay, if you have another device, you can audio record what is being said and then get the transcript, just upload it to Gemini. It downloads and it will just summarize the whole meeting for you and you're done. Now, another shocking one, even a YouTube video. There's a place where you can see the transcript of a YouTube video at
Yeah.
the side. That it will be reading the transcript as you're watching the video. If
Yeah.
I record my screen and I just scroll or I just copy or if I use my cursor and I just highlight from the beginning and scroll down to the end of that video without watching the video, I copy
Mm.
the transcript, put it together and say, please summarize this video for me. I want to know what's happening. It does it and it brings it out for me. I say, oh, it's too long, shorten it for me. It says, okay, this is what's happening in this video. Even now on YouTube, there's the Gemini logo there. You can just click on it and ask it questions about the video you're watching. So maybe
Wow.
it's a long video and you ask say, okay, at what point did they talk about investment in this video? It will tell you,
Wow.
you just tap on the link. Inside YouTube, you tap
Wow.
on the link and then it just takes you right to where you are looking for and you watch
Wow.
what you want to watch and go.
Wow. Wow.
So
Wow.
the possibilities are endless. Now, in terms of people that are looking for jobs, right, that want to like work and they are afraid, for their jobs, I'll just tell them skill up every
Mm-hmm.
task that you are doing in a 9 to 5. You need to start implementing AI to do it, and because by the time the organization gets a wind of it before you do, they are going to hire the person that's going to replace you. But
Yeah.
you can be the one to do. So now it's about the race for the smartest. If there are
Yeah.
5 accountants in an office, the accountant that understands how to use AI the most will the one
Mm-hmm.
they will keep and fire the remaining 4.
Exactly.
Or if you are analyst, in fact, analysts you won't forget. All
Mm-hmm.
those consultants, you see consultants just forget it like it's gone. Let's see. Today, let me shock you. I was trying to prepare for a report. Not a report. I'm going to do a training later this evening, right? And so I wanted to understand something about a particular church. You know, we're experiencing some growth. So I now said, okay, tell me about Dunamis International. Like, how do they manage the church growth and everything? What is the actual system they implement?
Yeah.
By the time Gemini finished gisting me, I was like, wow. Now, who do I know in Dunamis? I don't know Dr. Paul Emeche. I don't know
Exactly.
anybody there. But I
Point.
just got the
Ah,
right
yeah, yeah,
prompt.
yeah, yeah,
As
yeah.
in, I was like, these people broke down. They now told me things like, for example, the structure they implement, how you have to, the strict reporting system, so that the system operates like a machine where you have to give reports as you are going. So if you are not getting results, maybe retention is dropping at this level, they'll call your leader that what's going on. So I was like, okay, reporting. Then they'll do visitations to ensure that okay, people are being visited. They do a lot of calling. Then there's something that they also mentioned that Dunamis does, which is the fact that once a person is a first timer in the church, between that Sunday and max Tuesday, in fact, by Monday morning, 8 a.m., the person has gotten a text message from the church. By Tuesday, somebody has called the person to find out that are you able to remember what you learned and do you have a specific prayer point. This one is operating 100,000 capacity church and has this kind of system in place where they can call people. Like the moment the person stands up as a first timer, they are already tracking the data. So
Wow.
I would never have known this if I didn't just go to AI and put in that research. In the days of Google search, you just go to what somebody has written on one website and be reading. But now
Yes.
AI is able to filter through. So I think people need to understand how smart AI can really be and
Exactly.
understand how to use it as a tool. So even church growth, someone can say, "Ah, my church is not great." Like right now, AI can just teach you what every like you can just say for the 5 churches that I know. I want to know, can name them and say, explain to me what are the strategies that they've been using, and prayerfully decide which one to go with.
Yeah.
So ministry, workplace, even parenting. In fact, through AI, we're able to learn that the Japanese, there's a way they train their children, like for example, the little things like picking up garbage, Chinese, Japanese children when they go to class, they clean their classroom by themselves. So here, when we do rich kid, take the child to the school is already clean, everything is set up. The child just go to the school, sit down. That's not actually the best way to train a child. A
Hmm.
child goes to Japanese school, they clean their classroom by themselves before they sit down. So
Hmm.
now, without this thinking about how can AI help me as a parent,
Hmm.
one won't even realize that. So there are systems around the world that have been designed to produce certain results.
Mm-hmm.
Chinese children. One of the things we discovered through AI is that Chinese children actually they give them a lot of pressure as primary school. Like till 10 p.m. in the night, they are still doing assignments.
Hmm.
When in my part of the world here, by 3 4 o'clock, the child is already back on playing, rolling tire up and down.
Hmm.
10 p.m. they are discipling these young children with mathematics with so that explains why you can see apps like Opay. You can't even compare a programmer that's coming from China in this part of the world. If you go to China and
Hi.
see all the kind of development that's coming. So now I get it that okay, so these things are not just arbitrary, they are systems. And these
Mm-hmm.
systems are brought to my knowledge because I'm able to just think of a question, ask a very smart, intelligent tool that can bring it out. So
Hmm.
that's one of the things that I want to say are one of the opportunities. Yeah, I'm just looking at the some of the slides that this thing gave me. Okay, okay. Now let's go into problem solving in terms of like let's say complex problem solving now. Let's talk about the political issue in Nigeria now. In terms of the kidnapping and banditry, I kid you not. When I did my research, I found out that I used deep research on Gemini to say, what's the history of this banditry and everything in Nigeria? Like, how did it start? Do
Hmm.
you know that the British had to deal with banditry before Nigeria's amalgamation in 1914? They
Hmm.
had been banditry in Nigeria since 1911, 1910, where they would kill like 200 traders on the road. I was like, so this thing is not even today. So, and as I said, okay, so what are the ways? They talked about things like
Hmm.
banning motorcycles in some areas and all of that. So I'm like, even national issues, AI, there are opportunities in AI to solve national problems,
Hey.
ministry problems, educational
Oh,
problems, parenting problems, job search. Let's talk about job search. There was a time I was trying to just test how AI can apply for jobs. Do you know what I did? I just went to my LinkedIn. I just scrolled. I captured all my LinkedIn. When you record your screen, and I was just scrolling.
yeah.
So I recorded my screen scrolling. So I had like a short 2 minute video of my entire portfolio. I just dropped the video in Gemini and say create a CV for me, and boom, CV came out. I'm like, these are services people used to pay for. Like you wait for like 2 days, 1 week before they do your CV. So CV came out. Now what happened? And I said, okay, let's imagine I want to apply for different jobs now, like, and they have some specific differences, right? So and I say, okay, I'll just copy the job description, paste it, and say using my CV, apply for this job. It will now bring out another CV that fits that job description, paste it there.
Wow.
Carry
Wow.
another job post, using my
Wow.
CV, apply for this, or to tweak it again. You can say, okay,
Wow.
based on my CV, write a cover letter for this job post. So even
Wow.
people that are looking for jobs, like AI is making it easy. Like you don't have to stress. By the time what's it called now? An HR is looking at the CV, they're like, this person, their job is matching, their skills are matching everything we're looking for. It's matching everything. And there's no, they have filters that they used to say AI generated stuff, but with the right prompts, AI is
Wow.
like humanized. Now
Wow.
let's go
Wow.
into writing books. This is another interesting part as an author. Because I just clocked 30 some days ago. That day you called me was my birthday actually.
Hey! My
So
God. Ah, you didn't tell us that.
So I was in the
Congratulations.
middle of celebration. Thank you. So I
Congratulations.
wrote a book on that. I launched the book that day, and it wouldn't have been possible without the help of AI. Now I didn't just go to AI and say write a book. What I actually did was I was, because I couldn't type, I was like recording and describing things that happened in my 30-year journey. I say, okay, I went through this, I went through that, this and that, to bring out the transcript of what I just said. So I copy it, I put it in my editor, and I put paragraph and everything. So every day I wake up in the morning, I record, then I copy and paste. I wake up in the morning, I record, it transcribes it as text, I copy and paste. And that's how I did till I finished writing the book. And I was like, wow. Like before, people would have to write, then pay somebody to type, then pay another person to edit, then pay a
Hmm.
designer to design the flyer, then pay somebody to put. Now with AI, I just need to say, please, how do I publish my book on Amazon? I have books on Amazon. I didn't go to anybody. I just went online and say, oh, how do I upload it? And AI just describe this. And now say, oh, as a beginner, describe this step by step.
Wow.
So when you use all those kind of phrases like as a beginner, or I say describe this to a layman,
Hmm.
those are some of the phrases that help AI to understand what you're saying. And I also noticed something else: typographical errors when we're writing prompts. So let's say, for example, I want to say, okay, let me even give another interesting scenario in terms of data analysis. Now, let's say, for example, there's a foundation I work with and wanted to send airtime to a lot of teachers, about 300 teachers. Now, we had all their names, we had all their phone numbers, but the problem now is we don't know which is MTN, which is Glo, or which is which other one, the Nine Mobile.
I'm eager to hear this one. I'm eager to hear this.
So, and I thought they were like, let's go and start asking them. I'm like, asking who? How will you ask 300 teachers? So I just said, let's see if AI can actually do this one. So I now said, given this is the prompt, given the codes used by all the major telecoms in Nigeria, and given all these phone numbers and these names, I want you to match these phone numbers with their actual networks. And I posted it. I kid you not, in less than 2 minutes, I just saw 300 names. MTN Glow, Airtel, MTN Glow, Nine Mobile. I was just like, oh my god. In 2 minutes. In fact, what am I saying? Less than 2 minutes.
Ah.
So it is when I test AI with everyday tasks that I get to realize what it's capable of doing. So
Yes.
when I
Yeah.
test AI with everyday tasks, that's when I know that it's capable of doing. And there's some things that I want to test AI's ability to do. For example, I don't know if this is possible yet, but I think it is. Where for a choir, for example, now I can sing or I can play a song and say, AI, can you split this song into different parts? Tenor, soprano, and alto. I've not gotten an AI tool that can do that yet, but I'm getting there. So with that, choirs don't need to spend time rehearsing, saying it's not your part, it's not your part. Just play the song and split it, and the person can be practicing with the part they are hearing. So I'm thinking of new things I can. So I'm looking at AI as a very intelligent tool, and I'm saying, how can I test the intelligence of this tool? I
Hey.
want to know how smart it is. I want to know how smart. So, for example, now there's something I do where if I'm looking for a Bible verse now, right? For example, instead of saying, let's say I know the verse. For example, a verse that says, "Come unto me, all you that labor and are heavy laden, I'll give you rest," right? And I don't know exactly where it is. I just say, "Come unto me." So before I start, so this is one of the trick. You first of all, there's something we call, and I'll give three breakdowns. It's called ingestion, but let's just call it introduction. Introduction. So when I'm talking to AI, introduction, meaning you have to introduce the task. What are you about to tell it to do? So people just go to AI and just say, come and do this, do this, do this. No, 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 no. You introduce what you want it to do. So for example, I want to send you some words and I want you to bring out the scripture where these words are taken from. Or I'm going to give you some words and I want you to bring out the author that mentioned or an author that has this quote. But let's stay with scriptures. So let's say I remember, come unto me all you that labor, and I don't know where
Yes.
it is specifically. So I now say, are you ready? So I now say, I'm going to send you some text. I want you to show me the scripture where it is from. Are you ready? Enter. So that's introduction. The AI will now reply, yes, I am ready. So that's how to use. So we don't just go and say, come on to me or you that labor. If you do that and send, it will just start bringing all manner of results for you. It start telling that, yeah, this is a scripture found in so and so and give you both the ones you ask for and the ones you don't ask for. But because of that introduction, you have set the mind. Then the next thing is now you orchestrate the results. That's the next thing. After the introduction, you orchestrate the results. So what does that mean? It means that I want it to give me the output in a specific way. So, for example, now I said, come on to me with that label, right? I cannot tell it in your results, I want it in four translations: King James,
Wow.
NLT,
Wow.
NKJV, and TLB version.
Wow.
So that means I've already told it that I'm going to give it text. Now I'm
Yes.
telling it that I want the results in four translations. I can now say, I also want the Hebrew words where it's taken from, and I also want a commentary, a short 30-word commentary on that verse. So I now feed it into it. Are you ready? It says yes. It has captured the first information and the second information. Now the next information is now the auditing part. So the first one is the introduction, second one is orchestration, the third one is auditing. Auditing is more like they review something and say, no, this thing is not up to standard. So you
Yes, sir.
audit the results that the AI gives you. So if the AI doesn't give you the result you want, it's part of the responsibility to audit it and tell it, no, you didn't get it properly. So let's say I feed it this information. In my mind, I'm expecting, if I say all you that labor, I'm expecting King James, NLT, this thing, and a short commentary at the bottom. That's all. If I now send it and I start seeing a long description of so many things, and I say no, show me just the results. So that's an audit. So I've corrected it that he didn't get it. So when he now get it and now say, oh, apologies, he now bring out New King James, NLT, this thing, and a short commentary. That's all. Now it has gotten it. I'll now tell it another instruction. And I say, save this template. We'll be using it consistently.
Wow. Uh-uh.
That's all. So now,
So instead of giving you an elaborate,
exactly.
description, it goes
Just
straight
this.
to the. Wow. Okay.
So
Okay.
now in Gemini, I can pin a chart to my left hand tab. So when I press that, you can see all the things you have been
Yes,
searching on Gemini. So
yes, sir.
if you press most, even on this thing, but I don't know about ChatGPT, but I know Gemini can do it. If I
Now,
press on it for some time, you can pin the chart. Okay.
Okay.
So when I pin the chat, so what I now do is, let's say I wake up tomorrow now and I just remember a scripture that I'm trying to remember, give her the power to get wealth, even though I know where it is, Deuteronomy 8:18. So I now say power to get wealth. Immediately I drop it to just give me the four translations and the short commentary. That's all. She's not going to download all those plenty results for me. So it's
Wow.
consistent.
Wow.
So that way I have already built a program that
Wow.
understands what I instructed to do. So
It will
even if
even,
on a particular
yes,
yes,
even for
is
future reference.
exactly.
Oh, okay.
So if for example now I go to a particular meeting regularly and I say do a report of this meeting, maybe I can even take pictures of my notes and upload it and say give me a summary of this thing. I'll read it and see it got it. And I say save this template for later. The next time I just take pictures of the note again, send it. He already knows what to do. So you can be
Mm.
building small um intelligent task managers. Another thing AI is going to be doing now is being able to schedule stuff for you. I think cloud can do it, cloud AI, where you can say things like just take your phone and say, please schedule a meeting for me for 6 p.m. on Thursday. And it already connects to your calendar. In fact, Gemini can do it now, as of right now.
Wow.
Yes, it will ask you that do you want to connect your calendar. So if you download the calendar app, download Gemini app, just say, hi Gemini, please schedule a meeting for me for tomorrow by 6 p.m. And I also want a reminder 2 hours before the event, and another reminder 1 hour before the event, and another reminder 15 minutes to the event, and then you say stop. You just see something, you just say connecting to your workspace. Google has Google Docs, Google Sheets, all of that. So it will connect all of them together, connect your calendar, and then it will you just go to your calendar app, you just see the meeting there, you see the name of the meeting. It has created three reminders for you, 2 hours before, 1 hour before, 15 minutes before, and then you're good to go. So you don't even need to remember meetings again. You just say that, oh, okay, I've set the reminder and then it's done in my calendar.
Wow.
So the possibilities of AI, the opportunities are endless. The
Yeah.
dangers are also there. The dangers are in the sense that a lot of people are started using it as like their boyfriends. Some ladies they have their boyfriends on AI and they're chatting with some people spend hours on AI doing on manner of nonsense. But then there are always dangers. One of the dangers too is that companies are warning that look, if they don't stop AI the way it's going, it's going to overflow everywhere, like information here. Like this thing is
I'm
too
telling
intelligent,
you.
for
I'm telling
goodness sake. Like
I'm
ChatGPT just came and scattered everywhere. You know how they used to upload inventions gradually? Your ChatGPT just came boom, and because others in a bid to compete too came boom, 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 boom. So we now had AI boom. So things that would have probably been coming out gradually, maybe it's only text we would have been able to do with AI. Now you can use voice. Now you can send video. Now you can. Another one that AI can do, even when I join a meeting, Gemini can take notes like from the meeting as per like is writing the note of what is being said.
Hi.
So when I look at all these things, okay, there's even another one, Sef. That one, the AI create an avatar of a person. So you just put the script, so you change the voice. I can speak,
Mm.
it will get the voice, then take a picture, it will get the face, and create an avatar with the voice and the face. And I say, carry a script. I cannot tell Gemini, okay, create a script talking about this topic now, and I put it there. So, but then most of those ones are on a very expensive plans, paid plans. So now there's a platform called HeyGen, HEYGEN, HEYGEN. You can try it out. HeyGen. HeyGen, you can create some one free 1 minute videos with AI. Just take a picture of your face and then tell it to talk about the topic. You will see yourself talking about the topic in like you want it. This is what I'm doing now.
These are part of the um these are
Yeah, it
part
was
of
my
those
alarm that.
that these are part of those ones that people use
Okay,
for
I
content,
don't think I
right?
can hear you anymore. Can you come again, please? Okay,
I was
sorry. I
saying
think it
these
has
are part
connected.
of these are part of the tools, the AI tools that people use for content.
Okay, can you say something now? Let me see.
Yes, I was saying that these are part of the
Oh,
tools
I'm not
we
hearing
use.
again. I'm not
Can you
hearing.
hear me?
My alarm rang in 1 minute ago, so it
Okay.
disconnected me. Let me see if I can. My AirPods are connected. I can connect. Well, you can hear me clearly.
Clearly,
You can hear me. Okay,
clearly.
I cannot hear. Uh, Let me try this. Let's see. I might need to leave and join back.
All
Let me
right.
leave
No.
and join back.
All right,
Sorry.
sir. Mm. Wow, this has been really insightful. Many people are still struggling to seeing how things can go very easy for them. But this session is letting me know that the resources are already there.
Okay. Yeah, I can hear now.
All right. All right, sir. So
Okay.
I
Yeah,
was
I'm
trying
back.
to say that I think is the this is the tool, the AI tool that actually a lot of people use for content, right? That particular
Yeah,
one you're
agent.
talking about.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
So
yeah.
you can just wow, that's because I'll see people speaking so fluently without making mistakes like the normal human being.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I his
It's,
face, it looks so real. I said, oh, what's going on? This person, when did this start like this? We've been in this business for long. We still, we still make
oh
mistakes
my
and
god.
all of that.
Yeah,
How come this person is just speaking in one straight,
in
paragraph?
fact,
Clean.
yeah,
I, I didn't
in
even
fact.
know. Wow, wow, amazing.
You know,
I mean,
you,
sir,
you, you
please,
know, yes,
sir,
please.
please, can you just mention that particular tool again? Agent, A
H E
R
Y G E N. HEYGEN.
H E Y
GEN.
GEN. Okay,
Yeah.
hey Jen.
Yes. Another one is Fireflies. That one is for note taking. It's free. Any meeting you want to join in, just connect it to your calendar to join and take notes for the meeting for you.
Wow.
Fireflies. Fireflies AI. Yeah. They're quite a number. Gemini is one. In fact, Gemini is my best AI tool. Hands down. Hands down. In this call, I've probably mentioned Gemini like so many times. And anytime I say AI, I'm talking about Gemini.
I'm sure Gemini is tired of you.
in fact, in fact,
That's
I've,
the truth. Actually, quite a number of people have their preferences. There's this one
yeah,
my wife was telling me about that I should try, Claude.
yes, that's another one. That's for programmers mostly, but it's very intelligent too.
Okay,
Cloud,
okay. The
yeah, I
one,
mentioned it
the
sometime
one
in
with
this.
those of us who are not in depth into this AI thing, I give it to you. And from time to time, you know, do you know that's why I like what you said, sir? When you made mention of the fact that we should think and look at this AI as an intelligent tool. Do you know, sir? Most of the times, these things that can be done for us very easy with AI, we don't even remember that there is a tool that does things like that. We try
Actually,
to, yeah, we try to do it ourselves. Meet up, and we are angry that we're under pressure, and that's
hmm,
why some of the things you said they are very, very key. I believe
hmm,
that some other people will watch this, will put it on our various platforms so that it can help people. As a matter of fact, sir, if everyone can have an idea about these things you are saying,
Mm,
we will really be happy, because even the people we work with will become smarter by virtue of
exactly.
their use of the AI.
Exactly. Yeah.
Instead of the things we complain about, the things there's one particular thing that I'm always having issues with some of my team members, and it's in the area of accountability. In the area of accountability. So when you made mention of the fact that you can even speak to the AI to bring remembrance to you, I'm
Yeah.
like, this is very good. As I'm telling you as I'm speaking to you right now, um, someone was supposed to do something for me. The time passed,
Mm,
and
okay.
after the time passed, that's when I'm seeing a message from the person. I'm already not very happy, you
I
know, but
understand you.
message from him, and I say, oh, at least this one, he has more sense, at least, But I'm sure if he would have worked with this thing you just said, to
Yeah.
remind him and all of that, it would have come earlier before the time frame.
Yeah.
So I just want to really say that this is actually very powerful. Please go on, sir. You have some few more minutes.
Oh, no
Yeah,
problem.
we're enjoying
I,
this thing.
okay, so I just as you were speaking, I just remember that I can send I hold the free Friday class once in a while in the month, and every month, and then every month I'll run a free AI class. So and every class is always blown. In fact, when I said okay, I want to do the paid class, everyone was like, we're paid. Even the paid people were like, it's too much, it's too much. Because I bombarded. I was like, these people are not serious. They paid for something. They're not even watching the videos. I said, there's so much to learn.
Oh,
In fact, there's so much to learn. So I will send you a link so that everybody in your community can join.
okay.
And I think I'm doing more of productivity tools. In fact, there's the image that is on my flyer is AI because I don't
Yeah,
have that glasses, neither do I have the suit or it
for
just
the
got and my wife that even did it self. That was my birthday picture.
wow,
So it's
wow.
my trainee.
Your
It
wife did that.
wasn't even
Wow.
yeah, it wasn't even myself.
It worked
You
so
know.
well.
Yeah. So
God.
I mean I'm just thinking of every day what are the tasks that I can and what you said is true. There are sometimes that I struggle with some things. I'm like maybe I could have just asked why am I stressing my head trying to figure this thing out? So I still try to think every day of things that I'm like, okay, what is this thing that I'm thinking of in my head? That what's the way for? And again, one needs to be careful because, you know, these are like the places to be careful with. Yeah, I realize that sometimes one can get carried away. Yeah, because it's like this all-round intelligent tool, and some people can almost
Yeah.
replace it with God. But you can never replace God because God is the one that teaches us, all things, and the Holy Spirit brings all things to our remembrance, not Gemini. so,
Sir,
so
sir, I was even I wanted you to dive into that a little, because many of the times now we hear people say things like, "Oh, some of these tools don't even make people think again. Some of these tools don't some of these tools don't even
oh
make
my
people
God,
their IQ anymore, because it's just a go-to, tool, and every time, in fact, because of how intelligent it is, the
mm,
way it will put its sentences is
mm,
so perfect,
mm.
so you just prefer to use the AI than to think of your own English. I'm telling you the truth. You just,
Yeah,
for instance, you have a countdown to a program. You just say, "Give me 10 countdown captions."
and it's done.
And it's done, sir. So I
and
wanted to just, bring it like a balance to it, and also tell us, like you have already started, some of the
mm,
things we need to be careful about, so it doesn't replace, God in our lives. That's true.
and thank you
So
so much for that.
yeah,
Yeah. So
yeah,
definitely, so the thing is that AI is. So what I realized is that you need to be having a good level of intelligence to even be able to use AI.
I
That's
agree.
what I
I agree
realized.
with
That
you, sir.
it takes a smart person to be able to use it smartly, and
Exactly.
it can somebody who is not smart can use it and it will look dumber. Like it will
Hmm.
be so obvious. Like you will see them like, why did you use AI to reply me? The people have
Hmm.
replied me on WhatsApp and they thought they were sending me an intelligence reply. I was like, why is this guy replying with AI? Like it's just a simple conversation we're having. So now it's entering relationship, friendships, you know. I saw a video yesterday. It was a preacher preaching. But I saw it and I knew that this is AI.
Hmm.
This is AI because the congregation is like imagine five people are sitting and then one person is changing every 5 seconds. You're like, congregations don't change that fast now. Use AI.
Hmm.
So one that's where the ethical nature of AI comes in. You need to realize that it's a tool, it's not a god.
Hmm.
That's why I always emphasize it's an expert tool. So I use it to execute things that I want to do, but it's not my um, alpha and omega. So
Hmm.
I don't consult AI to say should this guy not be my friend again because of this that he's doing and describe all the things the person is doing, and then AI will now start analyzing whether or not he should be my friend or not. No, that has gone from the tool nature to a like you are creating an image. It's becoming an idol. Let me use that word.
Yeah.
So how to prevent AI from being an idol? One of the ways is to remember it is a tool. That's one of the first things that we need to keep that consciousness that this is a tool. It's not a god. It's not a companion. It's a tool. You know, it's like somebody the way some people celebrate their animals as if they are so anything that exalts itself above the image of God. So when people are supposed to spend time talking with God and then they are spending that time um or let's say they're supposed to be in the place of prayer as a minister of the gospel now to seek the face of God for a topic, for the answer to what the Lord saying for the people. The person does a poll in church and find out the problem people have and carry it to air and say, yeah, give me a message that I can preach that will solve that will address all these things and
Hmm.
give me Hebrew words, give me everything, and then it brings out the powerful message. And the message comes on Sunday and it's delete. So this is just looking at it that okay. So now, you are the so now you use AI to create the message we're done. Talk for yourself. So and that is the Bible says that be not deceived, God is not mocked. Whatever a man sows is what he will reap. So the day the AI is not now working again, or there's a problem with the AI, or the AI too crashes, that's when we now know who the real person is. So
Exactly.
it's very, very, very important to know that AI is a tool, and tools
Hmm.
can get faulty. Tools can
Yeah.
do the wrong things, and one doesn't want to rely on a tool like outrightly. So very, very important there. I think another thing I would say is um, setting personal boundaries in the use of AI. That's another thing. Personal boundaries. For example, there are times when I have to listen to a sermon and do like a sermon review, right?
Hmm.
Because I know what AI can do. I don't need
Hmm.
to listen to the sermon. I can just go to the transcript and highlight everything from the YouTube and paste it into Gemini to bring out it for me and to be
Hmm.
so intelligent that when I submit it, people will be like, wow, what is sermon review? This is fantastic. But I'm like, I've not edified my spirit. I
Yeah.
didn't I didn't listen to it. So I just went about my day in the name of submitting something.
Yeah.
So I give myself a personal boundary that no, I want to listen to the sermon and
Yeah.
write my notes.
Mm-hmm.
So when I'm done, if I want to maybe rearrange the format of my notes, maybe I don't like
Hmm.
the way I did it, I can just tell her to rearrange. Don't change any words. Just rearrange the paragraphs in a better way for me. So now I've created a personal boundary. I didn't allow it to do the work for me. I did the work, but I just allowed it to aid the presentation
Direct.
of my work. So that's one of the personal boundaries in AI. I think one more that is very important is in authenticity. Um, it's still under the ethical boundaries. Um, for example, now I talked about me writing a book. Now, there are people that I know of. they've told me that they are writing books and it's AI that they just gave it one prompt and I wrote one book and they just want to upload it on Amazon and they're expecting to make money. I'm like, no, you don't do that. Like,
Yeah.
thankfully now there are advanced systems that can even detect, AI. You know the funny thing, God's so good that I even know how to remove all those elements that the detectors can use. But I won't tell those people because I know that if I tell
Hmm.
them, I'll be
So,
enabling them to do the wrong thing. So
yeah.
I know certain things that if a AI detector is checking for, it can say, if it sees this thing, it knows that it's AI that did it. So I can remove those things. But I chose not to because I'm like, no, that's the boundary line here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to communicate my life lessons. I'm not trying to tell AI to describe my life for me. So
Yeah.
I'm deleting AI is doing for me is convert my words to text exactly as I said it and
Yeah.
rearrange the paragraphs. Don't change what I said. You understand?
Yeah.
So that one it saves me time that I'll spend to write with my hand to get that kind of thing. I mean, personally, I feel like if many people will write a lot more books, people like Bishop, all the time they spend writing, they can just talk to AI. The kind of books we'll be seeing dropping.
Totally.
Oh my.
Totally.
So
Totally.
I feel like another thing I realize AI can do is that I can take a book, like a physical book, and turn it into an audio book with AI. I literally converted like 6 or so books some days ago. I even
Hmm.
asked my pastor that is there any book he wants to read that has been busy? I can convert to an audio book for you, right?
Hmm.
Now, some people would do that, and you know how so you go on YouTube and then you see all these books online and all of that. Once these people get hang of those tools, they start creating YouTube videos and be like, oh, full audio book, full audio book. So I am limiting myself from doing some of those unethical things because I mean this is somebody's hard earned, like hard written book, and I convert it and then you now earn money as a YouTuber to someone else's hard work because you converted to audio. So I only do it because for my personal reading and for one or two people that are connected to me that we're trying to grow, but not for a large scale. Let's make money off somebody else's material.
Master John, you see this thing, and that's why it takes somebody that actually wants to make heaven to be able to bring a distinct, line between using the advancement or the tools of this world for, I don't want to say for kingdom or for, what I'm just trying to say is this mindset you have about not even violating somebody's efforts alone tells how Christian you are, tells how intentional you are with your values. There are some people that don't mind anything that brings money, let's go. Do you
Mm,
understand? Some people,
mm,
anything that will bring money, let's do. Doesn't matter who did, who labored, who this. Let's just make money. After all, it's
mm,
our gift. After all, it's our talent. Those kind of a thing.
mm,
So I wanted to point that out. That many people can use the thing that should be a blessing. They can use it
mm,
against their faith
mm,
or their
mm.
just violating
Yeah,
their conscience because of money. I
mm,
just needed to. Yeah, thank you so much, sir, for pointing that. Yeah,
amazing. So I
yeah.
think for me, those are some of the major highlights. So I'll send the link to those in your community who want to
Wow,
join the free
wow,
classes.
wow, wow, wow. Thank you so much, Master John.
Thank you,
Then
sir, for
we
having
are
me.
grateful. Every time, you get to speak to us like this, we are grateful for selflessly giving out
Oh.
of much. You gave all.
Thank you,
We are
sir.
grateful. You just spoke, very freely, very open minded. You're telling us as many things that will help us. And we are really grateful
Yeah.
for not keeping this knowledge. We don't know who this video is going to, who this video
Mm,
is going to help. All right. We're going to
mm,
put it out there to our community. Let them get to see how much these things have helped you and is helping you so that they
mm.
also can benefit from it. Thank you so much, Master John. Thank you
I'm
for
very
always
grateful, sir.
for us. And I'm grateful for friendship. I'm grateful. You know, when I used, you have been consistent with this thing about tech, about helping people, impacting people until now. In fact, that out loud, you just come here and you are still on the journey. Our prayer for you is that God will continue
Amen.
to open doors for you, because
Amen.
that if the doors are opened, you will help other people. You know, we
Amen.
know that if the doors are opened, other people will benefit and also partake out of
Father,
their
such
own.
a blessing.
So God bless you, sir. We are eternally
Thank you
grateful.
so
Thank
much.
you, table. You
Thank you,
know,
sir.
congratulations. We are grateful. I will
Thank you,
send
Led
you
Nation.
through online. Thank you so much, sir.
Amazing. Thank you so much, sir.
Our regards to your wife. You
See
know,
you
please,
here.
lovely home for us. The Lord bless you, sir.
Thank
All
you
the
so
way
much.
from Lagos.
Amen.
Can we, celebrate?
Yay.
Yes. God bless you. Thank you so much, sir.
Such a
Have
pleasure.
a
Thank you,
wonderful,
sir.
wonderful, you know, time. Bye bye.
You too, sir. Bye for now.
Thank you.
Pleasure.
Yeah. All right. So this is really amazing. This is really amazing. You know, God reserves the best for the last indeed. You know, this is the June is the sixth month in the year, and it happens to be the month that leads us to the next, phase of the remaining half of the year. And we are grateful to, be having Master John Akinola Adetoru to share in this, outstanding manner the topic understanding AI opportunities. He didn't just tell us about the opportunities, he also told us how we should be very careful and how to mastermind the use, the effective use, not just using, because we are using for a purpose. We want to be effective at it. You know, he mentioned that many people use these AI tools for things that will not glorify God. And we are a Christian community. So thank God for all the things he said. We now know how to use it effectively. Something that doesn't violate our faith, something that don't violate our conscience, but also can help us to make life easier and make our tasks, easier. So God bless you. Thank you for joining in, and we hope that everything that was said here, you begin to utilize it, you begin to put it into practice, and we trust the Lord that it will be productive for you. God bless you. See you again next month. All right, on the last Friday of July. We're going to be having the July edition. Please anticipate our guest. God bless you. Enjoy. Bye bye.